like simple apes, trying to figure out simple apes using simple ape logic. So hard, isn't it? If you keep using that logic, then you probably keep getting the same results. But there's like this thing going on in this world where people want to be around other people. Sometimes, right? And it's like all this confusion here. And lies. Not so much, hell, you might get banned if you say anything too truthful. So we gotta talk in parables and stuff when we're discussing simple apes interacting with one another. But there's this whole thing where people want to be around people, and there's like this whole like just smorgasbord of signs pointing towards directions. Not all signs might be correct, but when we're dealing with the simple apes, what we can do is try to observe them the best we can using a simple ape mind and the ability to add and subtract using simple ape banana and tree limb logic. So when we have people, they come together. Why do they come together? That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to solve that with simple ape logic, but let's kind of move beyond like the major things here we're trying to figure out, and see if we can figure out something here without, offending anyone. But I find in the world, apes kind of like there's some sort of thing where the apes come together and they produce more apes, and there's like this, like a lot of these signs point towards this stuff. Like I said, not all signs are correct, but a lot of signs point towards, this thing happening. And if these things didn't happen, supposedly apes would no longer exist if they stopped hanging out with one another and trying to find another ape to produce more apes with. Then like the entire show would be dead. Like, would it? Or is that just like ape splaining how things are actually created, and apes trying to figure out stuff and they don't really know? But hey, that's a little deep, ain't it? So let's look at it at face value. So the simple apes come together, and by nature's design, that's how they can create more apes. Other than that, the apes would be gone, like the dodo bird. Dodo bird apparently began to sit around and question things like this. It wasted its time, or simple apes killed him off. I mean, really, we can only assume that if that's what happened to a lot of things. Probably, look at Australia waging war against simple apes. Every 3 years, a new simple ape is colonizing them or whatever, and they literally lost wars against some simple apes. They're that advanced of apes that they lost wars against simple apes. Okay, and you can just look it up. But literally, like this is some sort of joke God plays on the people who went to Australia, and now they have to fight a war against apes and mice and birds constantly. So the simple ape, varies greatly and where it comes from, but obviously I'm talking about a certain simple ape here. And all of them do it, whether it's a simple ape or a simple bird. simple horse. They all come together. Even actual apes, horses, deer, squirrels, gerbils, gerbils understand. It's something about simple apes coming together with other simple apes. And what's the purpose here and how does it work, right? Well, without offending too many people, it basically looks like simple apes want to, like they have some sort of uh, premonition or desire that leads them to other simple apes and to do weird little rituals with them that magically produces more gerbils and deer and simple apes. And as the smartest apes on the planet, sometimes that seems pretty dumb when it comes to understanding simple apes. Now, there's a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of different things going on. There's a lot of people saying different things. Some people might argue there's actually something out there that is trying to just destroy simple apes and just mess with them completely and stuff. That would, yeah, hey, that would be probably the gods people. They say the evil gods run the planet, so they're saying someone else does it. Some other invisible person does it other than them. But, technically this goes back to Edward Bernays writing his Simple Ape books and talking about things. I know, me personally, I kind of agree with certain Simple Ape ideas that people should be able to be and have, do different. So when you got groups who will censor you or beat you, maybe even if you don't agree with their definition of anything Simple Ape. I mean, this is Simple Ape 101, but it's simply ape. Like, they've gone ape wild. And it's very simple ape. It's, like I said, bananas and sticks. That's what a simple ape knows, right? And when I'm talking about sticks, I'm not talking about, a Hitachi wand or a piston sawzall. I'm talking about just a stick, bop, 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 bop. So, bananas, you got to eat the banana, and you got to find a stick to bop, bop. Oh, my friends, I just taught you more than school will ever teach you. I've taught you the entire history of humanity. And it's so basic. It really was a 2-second video. Sticks and bananas. That's what the simple apes do. Sticks and bananas. So it's all about getting more sticks, getting that banana, eating that banana, peeling that banana, having fun with the banana, bopping someone on the head with the stick so you can get some more bananas, playing with the stick, looking at the stick, looking how cool it is. It's brown, it's a stick. Bop, bop. I need more sticks. Bop, bop. Give me your sticks. That's what mostly I'm assuming they do sticks with. But when it comes to this thing here, I don't see the point to the simple apes involving some sort of manipulation in the whole circus show here. You can just easily be like, oh, well, simple apes come together because simple apes have to produce more simple apes, and this is some sort of defining character to the entire existence of pretty much everything on the planet. Maybe not viruses, I don't actually know. how that works. Or I don't remember right now, or don't care to talk about it. I'm pretty sure it's more the latter too. But so you have these simple apes coming together, and then for whatever reason, sometimes simple apes want to throw a stick into the cogs and just jam up the whole gears. And wow, wow, that's it. You give an ape a machine, the machine's gone. That's gone. You give Bill Gates an operating system, you give Zuckerberg Facebook software, now it's gone. It's gone. Wow, Windows out the door, social media out the door. It's just gone. Gotta be careful. I don't know why the simple apes need to introduce that stuff. I personally don't like to see people and do nonsense. But I find myself doing that sometimes, especially on accident or on purpose to relieve tension in a situation, things like that. Like if someone does something you don't like, you aren't, every time they do that, you aren't just like, what are you doing? Like when I go out here and people are like praying to Santa in the name of a god who said slaughter all the pagans repeatedly, and then sent a peaceful son to say don't ever do anything they do, after he had restated tons of times and sent people to slaughter them repeatedly. I don't always spend time being like, why are you sticking the cog wheels simply? I don't do that. Sometimes I'll laugh. Be like, oh yeah, great day. Have a good one. Right? It's a simple lie. I do it too. I try to only do it when I have to. Like if someone comes up and there's a whole bunch of dead people laying in the street and they're like, what's happening here? Yeah, I like to be honest, but some situations you might be like, well, I have no idea. I just got here. You gotta lie sometimes, apparently, to be with the simple apes. But when it comes to this whole personal interaction amongst apes, then, being the crown of creation, I would assume, they could go to a more direct route that, the singularity, everything becomes, and then flows forth from that. I don't necessarily prescribe lying to people. I've had, simple apes come up to the simple ape and be like this and that, and be like, oh yeah, this and that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of like that too. It's like a Taylor Swift. Like I know a Taylor Swift drum song. If you come up to me and you're a beautiful simple ape, you might be like, do you like Taylor Swift? And it's like, well, yeah, kind of. I know a song of hers. Probably the epitome, literally, probably a dictionary word there that starts with P-E-A-U-T-Y that her face is posted next to, or something, at least for me. But, simple apes, different bananas. Some people like the green bananas with the more fibrous, complex carbohydrates than the sugary, yellow, about to turn black banana. I suppose most people buy the yellow ones because that's all you can find a lot of times. And also it's cheaper to sell those. And it tastes more sugary, like candy. You wouldn't want to make a banana cream pie with the green ones, right? So you have these different varieties here, and you have this point where you do kind of say things that you don't really mean, or aren't necessarily true. Like, do I play Taylor Swift on drums? Yeah, the only reason I even know she exists is because I had to learn a whole bunch of basic stuff first. So yes, I do And could I play Megadeth on drums the very first day I picked up a drumstick? No. So I gotta go somewhere else, and something is ingrained in me. But that doesn't mean it's really me, right? And whatever it is, music or personality or likes, interests, talents, wants, needs, all that stuff kind of like combines. Like, I don't mean to necessarily uh, like complain about anything I've been given because I understand the things here, and they fully take time to explain these things to me as well when I question them. So I understand like wants versus needs, like, and before I get like what I want, which is what I need, because I will not accept anything else. Obviously, we've gotten that far, haven't we? And I mean, like, I said that kind of like viciously. I'm understanding, but when simple apes like beat simple ape ideology into your head, then you might be like tainted by simple apeism, and might see your life as wicked, even though like it's literally set in stone. This is gonna happen. This must happen, and you got people telling you this too, like this is happening for a reason. This is a reason. There's a reason going on here. You're being trained for this for a reason. You're being trained survival, warfare, blah blah blah. Reading, writing. Look, it's gonna happen. Just wait. They tell me this stuff, but I mean, hell, that's a part of it, right? This is a part of me learning and teaching. So that's like, I mean, I wouldn't know the things I did, right? If I was allowed to never speak to anyone, things like that, and never see anything. Seeing people was much more important than speaking with them. Seeing is everything. Like using simple ape logic to understand simple apeism. Well, banana. You got a banana and I got a stick. That's about as far as most simple ape logic has gone for thousands of years here. Whoever can get the most bananas wins, and whoever has the biggest stick gets the most bananas, so we all get the stick. And then, you throw some other things into it. So, like, the manipulation when the simple apeism are like trying to make things more complex than they really are. Like, I have to make this complex here because the simple apes don't like it when you just come out and say two sentences that are real simple for them to understand. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. How much sugar is in that banana? What's it taste like? Is that stick real gold or is that just a wooden stick? Gold's soft. You better have a steel or a platinum stick because my stick will beat your stick. Wherever it got lost, the simple apeism connecting with one another. It's just been gone since I got here, as far as I'm concerned. And I understand this is like certain things I need, and certain things were probably just lessons, right? Like, I was big on acceptance and kind of thought I could teach the world about that. And then the world shows me, maybe acceptance is not like 100,000% the correct path every time. Couldn't go into that if I even had any ideas on that right now, because simple apeism, as for YouTube owners to get their shtick and hit me so I don't collect their bananas. So here we are, just spewing diarrhea, because I like diarrhea. Simple apes like diarrhea. The stick can be used to open the hole for the diarrhea to pour out. Hey, these simple apes really like that, don't they? I mean, this is real deep into this conversation, really. If I've said enough now to even begin to shine the light on the first of two sentences I could have said to say what I'm trying to dance around right here. But so the simple apes, they be coming together, and then somehow something more advanced than a simple ape has said that when the simple apes come together, more apes come out, and without that, apes wouldn't exist at all. So this is rule one on the entire planet over every other rule. Obviously, over the rule of be peaceful and not kill everybody or anything. I don't even think that stuff is as bad as some of the other stuff. Is that even legal to say like pedophilia is bad or child abuse or manipulation in any form is wrong? I mean, hell, this is me dancing circles around the manipulation. Right now we're doing a dance here. Let's do it. Dancing around the circle of manipulation. Oh, it's so great, kid. I get to make this 30-minute long video to tell you one or two sentences. Cause I'm a simple ape living on a simple ape world, and the simple apes got their bananas and their sticks, and they're gonna beat me good if I don't like being a simple ape on a simple ape planet and putting up with simple ape shit every day. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Do the simple ape dance. Simple ape. Isn't that odd too? Like what I'm talking about right now? Literally, dancing is probably like the number one thing they do to come together. That's odd. Like, so much of this stuff I talk about, like it just sounds like I'm rambling nonsense. Especially because like I'm trying to learn how to do the simple ape dance. You know, I'm trying to learn this myself. I'm not very good at it. Um, I mean, I am. I'm good at whatever I want to be good at, but I'm not good at liking the simple ape dance. Really, just don't like it. Not at all. Can you tell them by what I say that I was quiet most of my life, so I didn't say anything. And then once I seen it, it's like, oh, well, I guess God gave me a voice for a reason. So, simple ape. Some simple apes run around with their sticks screaming at people. And I guess maybe I'll join that crowd. I don't know. These days, I'm definitely more lenient towards them and accepting and understanding of why simple apes run around with sticks screaming at people. Kind of, maybe. Maybe it's because a stick hit me in the head too hard. And that's how it works. That's how the sticks work. The magic wand just touches your head so many times until you learn it. Till you learn the power of magic. The magic wand is everything. But this whole thing, where people come together, they make it so complex and stuff, where simple apes come together. They try to make it so complex, and yet it's really that easy that the simple apes must come together to continue to exist, according to the storyline here, if you don't think this is a fake world, and the game can just generate people and stuff like that, and or God himself just has thoughts. I mean, I guess even those people, I don't know if they actually believe in God, but even those people like think that's how breeding works while they worship an image of a person who supposedly is their actual father and stuff, you know, and mother at the same time. The person who creates them. But when the simple apes come together, like, there should be more, you know, like, or just aping around, unless mucking it up with, I don't know, some sort of human deception and stuff and trickery and things like that. And that could really help people if they were, taught some basic things. And there are certain routes that try to teach you, but it's just like it's all over the place. So really, it doesn't matter. I mean, literally, there is like a war upon simple apes and stuff. So when the simple apes want to live a simple life, like that's construed by what? A war you gotta fight. It's like I signed up for bananas, not sticks, right? Like maybe some people think that. I guess I have signed up for sticks and not bananas. I'm not a big fan of eating. Sticks are important to chase away these people with, if you ask me. The other route didn't chase them away. It made them pretty strong. It definitely helped gain other parts of the tribe. But, I prefer the whole route of not being the deceptive simple ape and just trying to figure out bananas and sticks and their many uses and stuff. So when the simple apes come together, you can have all sorts of things happening there. But it'd be really nice to have more honesty and reliability will come with that. Being able to rely upon someone, liking people. I think that's important. If simple apes actually like each other when they come around, if they have any reason. Now, I think a lot of the simple apes are just like, ooh, that simple ape has some brown hair with a little shiny blue tint to it. That's what I really like. And that's great. Like, you really need that, right? But you really need what you want. It doesn't work out well if you don't like gorillas who have, white hair and then like you literally like kind of puke when you see them, and you get with someone like that, you get with an ape like that, and then you know I mean, you can look in their eyes and see and know that they feel the same thing you do when you're like vomiting and stuff. So it's important not to do that. Like if a simple ape does something real far out of the box that's unacceptable to me, then like just as it is with them. Me being honest is like a lot of simple apes don't like that. They want me to sit there and look pretty and not say anything or do anything, and just I'm like a trophy wife to a lot of people, and that's not cool. This is technically, two sentences could have explained everything here, but we're on Planet Ape, so we're in Game Ape. We're in Ape Game. And they might not like that if I come out and say that, but that happens where, like even I don't know. I don't think I'm really guilty of that. I might be like, yeah, that ape, bro, that ape. Oh my God, look at it banging its chest. Look at the way it holds that banana and eats it. I might be like that, but you know what? Actually, I don't think I am. I really don't think I am. Like I get it. Like, lost in the woods for long periods of times, and then another ape comes up, and I'm just like, it's an ape. Excellent. Where are we going? And then the adventure begins. But it's not like, it's like Harambe. I'm like, where's Harambe? And then, Michael Jackson comes up, and I'm like, I mean, hell, that's a bad example. Because Harambe and Michael Jackson, who doesn't love them, right? But, I mean, it's not like that's a bad choice. You've got to choose between a whole box full of bananas or another box full of bananas. That's a bad choice. That's bad wording. But like doing the monkey dance here. Doing the monkey dance. Can't say what I want because I'm on planet ape and the apes are so great. You gotta listen to them or they put that stick into your face. And then they rape, rape, rape and take everything you have. It's so great. Planet of the Apes. So great. And yeah, we can you gotta let things happen in this world. Apparently, you can't do anything about anything. You literally have to sit here and let the apes just run wild all over you. It's almost like, in my shoes, it's almost like you're not even an ape and you're just here as their doormat sometimes. Although, to counter that argument, it'd be hard to say that, the doormat didn't come armed with some machetes and some nuclear missiles. And it decides, like, yeah, I don't like being stepped on all the time. But this is actually part of the conversation here. Yeah. So simple apes sometimes get beaten and abused and drugged. Actually, no, simple apes don't do that. Animals don't do that. I've never seen animals who go to a school and then their principal and the nurse at the school force drugs them and then tells them to bring in donations to go bomb brown people. Never seen. I mean, apes probably would do that, right? That's what they say. They always use the word ape to describe vicious, violent people and humans. And that was repetitive, wasn't it? Vicious, violent people and humans. Vicious, violent. I could have just said humans, right? So, it'd be nice if it was a little bit different. Now I'm understanding things on a different level, and the world's entirely manipulated. I'm probably in this different position in this world where the storyline has to go this way, but it's I'm still trying to figure out how far I can manipulate or change, whatever word you want to use. Manipulate isn't cool and trendy, right? Change. Change is a good word. Change. You got any change in your pocket? No. That's bad, isn't it? If you got some change, it's good. Obama had hope and change, didn't he? No. Well, he's gone. So that's the story of hope and change, isn't it? One day it's here and the next day it's gone. Kind of like Simple Apes. I mean, he was a simple ape, right? Am I allowed to say that? Personally don't think humans evolved from apes. So, dumb analogy to say that. But, I'm saying doing the ape dance. You got to do the ape dance. Because, I don't know, maybe there's some evil apes out there. I mean, literally, that's right in the storyline of what I'm talking about here would be some dude, Edward Bernays, who wrote the book called Propaganda. And, created a whole bunch of manipulation and lies to change simple ape world to some complex enslavement, deeper enslavement. As we all know, apes already form their tribes and go around bopping each other on the head with sticks and bananas without our help. Before TikTok, there were still apes out there. Before people started recording them, there were still apes swinging around in the jungle and stuff. That's what they say anyways, right? We're playing the game, so yeah, it existed. But maybe I'm stepping too far out the game by suggesting humans aren't actually from apes, but I mean, come on. You don't trust these people in anything they say about anything? Boy, that's some simple ape stuff right there. But anyways, when apes get with one another and stuff, in the ape kingdom, do they actually be like, oh damn, dude, what wow, you're wicked at guitar. That's cool. I play flute too. Like, we can make a band together. And then the ape female's like, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And then he pulls out a stick and he's like, it's time to go home with me. And the other ape's like, oh, yes, the stick. The stick. I have a stick too and a bunch of bananas. And then you're like, oh, I need a banana. Thank you for the banana. And, like, it's not that complex for them. I don't think so. It's just like sticks and bananas. But, humans are a little more complex than sticks and bananas. Maybe. Maybe there's some out there who are. I'm not trying to say you have to be more complex than sticks and bananas. And in fact, like if you're a banana person, you're probably one of the good people out here. I mean, but if you like sticks and bananas, you're already teetering towards evil, right? Pretty simple person ain't that bad. Pretty simple person ain't that bad. Even if they're bad, you can understand the simplicity of it pretty easy, and it's not the worst bad person. Like if a person just goes out there and starts doing what they do in front of everyone, you're like, oh, what the hell's going on? You kind of worship those people, right? Kings and queens and leaders of the world. They're like, hey, you're going to go bop all these people in this nation on the head with a stick. And everyone's like, the stick! The stick! And then and he comes out the next day and because of the stick, I now have bunches of bananas. Everyone gets a banana. And they're like, the banana, the banana, 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 banana. And then, so they, they, they rule the world. Sticks and bananas. The simple people really do rule it there, don't they? Like, Donald Trump doesn't seem like none of these presidents ever came up with like some sort of awards they won from the president or honors they won from school. They're like actors, literally. They work in Hollywood. Like their job is to act like an ape. I mean that is hard, right? I find that very hard. Like this, what the video's kind of about. It's like, right, how? I mean, I know how, but why? Why? Why do we have to act like simple apes and stuff? Or hell, technically, it could be, why can't we act like simple apes, instead of mucking it all up and stuff? And there's a few more choices. You got the green banana, you got the yellow soft banana, you got the green firm banana, you got some between yellow soft banana. You might even like a rotten banana. It probably has some sort of antibacterial properties like penicillin or something like that. So who knows? Maybe some people like rotten bananas. I mean, they do say half of the simple ape population likes bad banana boys. And, oh, I would assume if they're looking for someone like themselves, that could be part of the reason why. But it's like this whole thing where people like force their way and their ideas into other simple ape tribes. Other simple, even if you're not, let's say you're a solo simple ape, just swinging from the trees alone. A simple ape might come up with their stick and be like, well, today my stick here was provided by the power of Sasquatch, the greatest of all apes. And you're like, well, that's cool. And they're like, that's not what it's about. It's about you. It's about you doing what Sasquatch tells you to. And you come with me. Sasquatch says that. And you're like, huh. Sasquatch said that? And they're like, I'm detecting a bit of something in your tone of voice that Sasquatch doesn't like. And then you're like, well, I didn't mean that to offend the great Sasquatch. Um, but I feel like, for a long time, you're probably going to be like, well, okay, well, I got to do what Sasquatch says, so let's go. And they're like, and then the stick woman is like, well, come back to my harem here, and we have our day of festivity, and then you go to work and collect more bananas for me. You go out there and we're going to need lots of bananas every day, and this will be your job. And you're like, oh, well, if Sasquatch says so. Maybe when you get older in life, you might be like, you might be able to try to, outthink the apes and be like, well, you know what? Sasquatch actually already designated my life. And he warned me in advance that you're going to come and use the evil god, Loch Ness. You're really working for Loch Nessie. Are you saying you come in the name of Sasquatch? And he already told me, and guess what happens? But! You stick a Sasquatch straight on your head. You better listen up, fool. Use a simple ape. Sasquatch is determined that your job is to do everything I say. And, that relationship started out really well, didn't it? But it really doesn't, there are people out there, like, I'm sure, tons of them, that is literally the parallel to how the relationship started, instantly turned to, or slowly turned to. I guarantee you, because, what's the purpose of even, like, other than to reproduce more Sasquatch or apes? The only reason simple apes come around one another is because they want something from them. That's the only reason. Only reason. Do you have a different reason? Could it be that you think your different reason is because you need someone to talk to 24/7? So that's not wanting to use someone for something? Oh, it is. Oh, that's the most simple apeism there is. They gotta run around. You can see it in the men too. The men gotta run around and be like, ah. And then everyone else, all the other simple apes are like, oh my god, that's so great. Oh my god. Hey, when I do it, it's more like, oh, man. But he did it so good. It was like, and then he gets in your face, and he's like, and you're like, yes, yes. And then the females fall to their knees, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe he beat his chest like that. So great. And I kind of don't understand that simple apeism, because it's like, you can beat on your chest or whatever you do. But I don't have to, like, care that you can beat on your chest, right? Like, some men like beating on the chest, don't they? I think it's cool too, like, to participate sometimes in the little show here. Like, I generally don't even show off, but yeah, hoping someday a banana queen will, a wild banana queen has appeared, something like that, and capture her with my pokeballs. And yeah, but so, but if there's like a simple ape running around, and it's trying to, like, attract those people who like to and it goes around going like, it doesn't matter how loud it goes, it's not the king of beating on the chest. It can't mimic beating on the chest, but it'll still be, like, out there. Well, it probably has its own thing. It's probably really good at, like, something like swinging from tree branch to tree branch, but it wants to be part of the banana kingdom, or rather the stick kingdom, because I would assume the beating on the chest is more of the stick kingdom than the banana kingdom. Although the stick kingdom does rule the banana kingdom, for the stick beats the banana. The stick is mightier than the banana. Isn't that what Shakespeare said? Yeah. Actually, he said the opposite, and it's a total lie. I can use a pen to write some words, and unless I'm casting spells and stuff and altering the world with my words, the sword wins. So it's just one of the. He is part of the apeism. He uses a pen to write things, so he thinks he uses a pen to collect all his bananas. So he says that the pen is the best thing on the planet. That way you look towards him to see that the pen is the best thing on the planet. That way, if Shakespeare came out and said books are stupid, people who write are stupid and lazy, would anyone like read anything written about Shakespeare? I know he did plays and stuff, but it's obviously written and all that. It's Mark Twain. Mark Twain said, you know what, people write books are stupid. Writers are so lazy. You think people would be worshiping Mark Twain? Yeah, because he would literally tell you not to worship him. So everyone has that thing, this and that, my banana's better than yours and all this. But to me, it doesn't really matter. It's like some days you need a yellow soft banana, and most days I probably need a nice green firm one and stuff with complex carbohydrates and more fibrous content rather than the simple glucose sugar on the softer banana. Like it. I'm definitely not gonna make banana pie with the soft banana, but I prefer the nice, firm, strong, uh, you know, green banana. So it kind of has its use, but the bananas aren't sitting there lying to me and making up stuff. When people go interact with bananas aren't in sticks aren't like. I guess sticks can be deceptive, huh? You never know when you're walking on tree limbs which one is hollowed out and dead unless you test it first. So it could be deceptive if that uh, tree limb you're walking on just happens to be hollowed out and dead. You're going to join it real soon, depending on how high up you are and how many branches are there to break your back instead of allowing you to hit the ground from 500 feet off. But they don't, they generally aren't trying. The banana is not trying too hard to be deceptive, right? It's not like, well, hey, the oak tree isn't like fighting to tell the other trees it's better. It's just dropping acorns everywhere. It's spreading its seed everywhere. It doesn't do that, right? Maybe the roots are at battle with one another or something like that. But with the simple apes, the simplest of apes, the ones who think they're more complex than apes, they tend to like have some sort of weird thing going on there. Like I understand, like when you like when you look at someone and you're like, oh my god, that's hot. Oh, it's so beautiful. But I don't understand like the steps following that. I look at something and that definitely matters. But I learned, and I could have just been told this easier if someone wasn't a deceptive ape in my life at any point in time. The schools, the media, blah blah blah. Everything's involved in this stuff and covering up the truth of things. Then I probably could have understood better. But I had to learn. You got to learn. Life's a learning thing, and then you die, and it all goes away, and it's a total waste. Yeah. So that's one of those simple apes, all these little cliches that simple apes have. It's basically just shut up and buy my book. They pretty much that's self-help. Shut up, buy my book. That's going to help someone. If you buy my book, at least one of us gets some help. So you're helping save the world already. Now, if you just sit around running your mouth about apes and bananas and sticks, no one's going to care, are they? No one's going to care. You got to write a book about it and start selling it. That way you can get some bananas and sticks. Get an army of bananas and sticks and an army of apes to help you collect bananas and sticks. I swear, like, even on the lowest levels, I assume if they're even having thoughts, and I granted, like the clones out here, definitely, that's random auto generation, or, I mean, technically they call me God and stuff, so it's like, oh, I'm inventing them, but it's like, oh no, I know, I didn't invent the first, well, I don't think I invented the first few years of Earth during my time here this time, anyways. Quite possible, though. Wow, the other stuff is crazy. And then the people telling me that, too. It's like, you've been smoking that space crack, bro. I say, you go around telling everyone they're God and controlling the world, but you've been smoking banana peels, haven't you? Hey, we actually did that back in the day. That was like something that people used to think was like an alternative to weed. Back when people would smoke wood or pick up everything off the ground because the government makes everything else illegal and start injecting oil into their veins to feel good. Because the other natural simple ape stuff is outlawed by the simple apes with sticks and stuff. But then it's just like a whole like pervasive culture there where the simple apes like just ignore the simplicity of it and try to muck it all up. And I think a lot of times I don't know what it's like to be someone else, but I know for me if I do something, it's because something I want something needs done. Like if I get up out of bed in the morning, it's because I want to go do something. Okay, I'm greedy like that. When I wake up, if I decide to get out of bed, it's because I'm going to go. It's because I want to do. I want to wash my face. I want to take a leak. I want to go eat a banana. I went to go pop someone on the head with a stick. It's all about want. Need. And, yeah, if I keep laying in bed, it's because I don't want to wake up. So even that, it's a want. Want. So every interaction there, want. Now there's some sort of underlying thing here where the simple apes somehow come together and have their simple ape ritual that produces more simple apes. And that's that's explainable, but hey, you gotta see things with your own eyes. I don't want people just trusting what I say. I want people to know and learn. I don't want to accept simple apes who are just going along. This is how this stuff all happens, as simple apes just going along with what Edward Bernays or whatever, or Google or Facebook or Elon Musk tells you to do next. This is how all this happens. Like so, we kind of don't want that, but they they really gotta like you know maybe trying to be a little less manipulative and lying like the whole world can advance if you edit out all the misinformation and lies of the world would have been at some perfect pinnacle a long time ago. Okay, like literally I'm pretty sure that's the point of me being here is because there's a problem that needs to be solved. I was like, oh, great, here we go again. Do I use sticks or bananas to solve the problem? Huh. Well, they're both great tools, right? Heap those sticks upon your enemy's head, the Bible says, and weigh him down. Weigh him down with sticks. Or bananas. Either or. Oddly works. It's warfare right there. Overfeeding a population. That could be used as warfare very easily. Obviously. I don't think. I mean, they do that with anything. Edible drugs, opium wars, all that. But even on just like the personal level, I've worked for some of these people. It's not the Rothschild who come into my life lying and deceiving me with simple ape tricks and stuff like that. I mean, hell, the people I know who work for these people, I guess I'm one of them, right? Um, like, we're pretty freaking good people. Like, I don't claim to know everyone and everything they're doing, but if I see you for a long time, I kind of can get the idea. It takes about 2 seconds, but if I see you for like 5 years, I can be sure of that same 2 seconds I've seen 70 trillion times over and over in those 5 years. So, yeah, it's this normal thing. The normal simple ape interaction there has been kind of distorted, and the purpose and you just disrupt one pathway of all the things of anything, and it can disrupt a trillion other things. Great warfare tactics there. If you're ever involved in war, you could literally throw a penny at someone's head and it changed the entire outcome of the entire world. So there's very few things in this world you can't do that could do something like even a simple nobody wanting to fight things. Well, there's a street camera on. There's 6 street cameras on every corner. You you get rid of one of those, you might just change the entire outcome of what happens in this world. It definitely, because look at what's happening. Like the warfare is against technology. But anyways, this isn't about this. It's against people with technology. But it is kind of, right? Because Edward Bernays has the technology of writing and his people on the media, on the internet. So they're the ones who make it so I have to make a long video and dance around 2 simple words, talking about the purpose of the creation of female and male and why it's been disrupted. We've not even talked about why, but just understanding that there's a reason there, okay? There's a reason men look at women and they can't, this stupid brain just goes straight to fried egg mode and stuff. They go from being this genius inventor person to burnt toast. And it's because, obviously, it's a simple design there, and that's how simple apes exist, period. As drug, as desire. I'm sure it's nothing negative about its purpose and intention, but leave it up to them to do that. Leave it up to them to just mess it all up, use it as warfare and all that. Clearly it's the only thing that exists. If there was no house, no building, no other humans other than a male and a female on the planet, they could figure out what to do with their time. Okay? I'm sure. No clothing, no tents, no nothing. Some people might call it Adam and Eve. They could figure out what to do with their time. They could watch some animals teach them how to do it. They could watch some simple apes. Somehow they're going to figure it out. Somehow it gets figured out. Well, it gets all messy and muddy when people start playing games and just, you know, going in the wrong areas they don't belong in. If you want to be a simple ape, then be a simple ape. And, but if you want, like, to be an ape who swings from trees, you should probably go at least hang out around people who, like, will put up with you swinging from trees, right? Like, but you should probably just go join a team of Olympic tree swingers. That sounds good. I know that's a little advanced for apes, but if you want to swing from trees, there's teams of Olympic tree swingers out there, and they need you. They don't just accept you, but they need you for the team to continue to do. Like an architect needs other architects, or a construction worker needs other construction workers. They need the team to keep it together. And then you get, like a tree swinger talking to architect people, and desire and loneliness get in the way. Some people are generally a little bit more manipulative, I find. Um, Whereas it just, I don't know, maybe it is entirely looks and stuff. They're like, oh, that architect built that fancy house. That's so beautiful. I want to be with this ape forever. But I don't know, dude. I really feel like it's one of those personality types. It's like when you're, like going around spreading the good word about what people are going to kill you if you don't worship them. Yeah, like pretty straightforward there if you're not ape. That these are veiled threats and stuff. And you don't, I mean, I was a child. I didn't have to read history books, nor would I, because the first page you're being lied to. But you know right away that, you know, hey, these are people, using their sticks and stuff to collect your bananas. And they're probably lying to you to collect your bananas, too. If you read a history book before, you might have got that feeling before. I find a lot of men I've met who read history books. I don't think I've ever met a female who does that. But, and they generally seem pretty educated and stuff. A lot of men gravitate towards World War history and stuff because they're freaking simple stick apes. That's cool. I mean, no offense there. It's cool watching people get bopped in the head with sticks. Right? So you can't complain about everything. Can't complain all the time. You gotta enjoy things sometimes. You get slapped in the face 10 times, you should at least smile one at a time. Smile and laugh one of the times they do it. And then you're gonna get hit 10 more times because you just pissed them off more. But, hey, that's a lesson too. It's simple abology. 102. You just learned lesson 2 when you do that. That's why we have to dance around this circle here. Make these long videos to say 2 simple sentences a million different ways because you can't say those 2 simple sentences. According to them, it's because if you say the simple words, you can change the entire word with your words, the entire world with your words. Like, I'm God, supposedly, my words erase, form armies and stuff like that. So the simple apes are like, well, as God, we should silence him and not allow him to say words. So dancing around the circle doesn't actually help anything. In fact, it helps them use that as manipulation. I can say get rid of those roaches, and what they do is they set free things in my house to give them a reason to come into my house and stalk me and terrorize me. Where when I say roaches, I mean to replace it with a word that the simple ape leaders don't allow me to say. So it doesn't solve the problem. But when I do come out and say it, then all of a sudden Israel gets bombed 2 days later. when I do say that. So, and the whole world starts hating them. See, it's that simple. Like instead of making an hour-long video that no one wants to hear, right? You better have something better to do. Sorry if you don't. Like, hopefully we can fix things so people have better things to do than watch stupid videos about things that are no longer a problem upon the planet. That's best wishes is that most of my videos become obsolete due to the fact that it's no longer relevant to anything that exists upon the planet. It's a simple apeism. Deception stuff is completely removed. You don't need to watch my videos. Keep it as history. I'm sure they have a large mass history of burning down libraries and deleting videos. This is how their people work, and they're scared. They think like the words. Like I can go form an army by talking to people. And I think really in their brains, they think I have to do that while they still come and tell me this other stuff where I can just say something off camera and it's liable to just appear in the world anyways. I don't put most of my life on camera, and later I'll put it on camera that, hey, I just asked for a bottle of water and I turned around and there's a box over there in the parking lot with a bottle of water in it. I didn't post a video of that. I didn't ask anyone else for that. Well, I mean, technically, I was posting videos that day, but I don't think I said I need a water bottle on the video. Yeah, simple apes. I mean, I'm telling you, bro. They're trying to figure out how the sticks and the bananas work, and they're just manipulating people all the way, all the way. The whole apeism is very simple. Why there's two different apes? It's one reason. Period. Now, we can break that down into fun, family, pretty much. Break the one thing down to two purposes: entertainment and reproduction. And yeah, you got the people who are all high on Zuckerberg's family cult who probably don't like it being sold as entertainment, but you know what? Yeah, I'm not sure I like those specific words myself. Um, you know, and but you wouldn't do it at all if unless you're trying to raise an army and you really think the world needs more of you and you got to get rid of those other people with more of you. I don't think no one would touch the other sex if it wasn't made to be like entertaining. So it had to be made that way in order to bait them into doing it because they would never do it. If you remember when you were a kid, men know this. And other people, I don't know if they just like to lie and cover up everything, but men know this. That we didn't have other people in our circle. They didn't do what we did. They were playing with Barbies, and we're out there bopping each other head on the head with sticks. There's no place for them to be out there getting bopped on the head with sticks or bopping other people on the head with sticks. Okay? We know this. So there's one reason they come together. It has two purposes there. And that's that. That's really all there is. But there shouldn't be a whole bunch of nonsense thrown in there with it. There doesn't need to be. If you just want entertainment, try to be honest and tell people that. And I know that's hard to do because you might get people who are violent and you might have experienced things where you're like scared. Like, I don't think that's usually the reason people do that. But hey, there are instances where you're like scared to like be honest to simple apes because simple apes have sticks. And, and I don't think most of them know the stick even comes from a tree, but I think many of them know that it is an object that extends their reach. So you're out of punching range on there and stick smashing range. And so I would say it goes on and on, but it doesn't. It's going to end. This is all going to end. We're going to get rid of all this stuff here that is just in the way of human evolution. I mean, they don't need to evolve. They need to go back. They need to go back. They can go back to living in caves as far as I care and stuff. But, they need to take a few steps back from where they've been and stop, like, lying and hiding about all sorts of things. It's cool if you want to lie and hide, but there should be, you shouldn't have control of all the media and governments in the world and religious cults and anti-religious cults and use, people like that as battering rams to just enjoy watching them kill each other with sticks. So, I mean, that really is the bottom line. That's the common denominator of pretty much everything going on. The water being drugged, children being drugged, child sacrifice performed for their religions, um, selling anything, selling music, movies, banana sticks. I mean, Taylor Swift got Woman of the Year not because she's the hottest woman in the world, but because she made USA a whole bunch of money when they're sending all their money to Israel and Israel too in Ukraine. And that's all it is. She has the most bananas. She made the stick people the most bananas. Okay, she's definitely not a stick. I mean, she is a stick person, but she's not a stick person. She's not a stick ape. She would fall the first time a stick was bopped upon her head. Although she goes to the gym, maybe she could beat a few stick people. Yeah, she's a banana person. She likes them bananas. And she's good at, collecting bananas. And so she gets Stick Ape ran Time Magazine Person of the Year award simply because she made more money for the USA than anyone did this year. And selling massively overpriced tickets, massively overpriced food and drinks at the ticket show. And granted, those people, most of them probably don't need their money. I mean, they're just banana hoarders. As people with money, that's what they do. It's like what you do. I mean, are they really too much worse than other people other than the fact that they're using sticks to take all the bananas and stuff? I think, they don't ride people hard because they have a few more dollars. In fact, many of the people I know who made it, who have like lots of bananas, definitely worked for those more than everyone else who didn't work for much. Many of them, that might be a hated opinion there, but I've definitely met people who were working 3 jobs, like 22 hours a day, and they got a lot of bananas for it. Well, some other people might have just, watched people bop each other on the head with sticks most of their life, and if that's what you do, that's what you do. Those other people like collecting bananas. It's kind of no different than a person. I mean, literally, the other people are watching people collect bananas on TV. This is a cool, trendy thing to watch. They make music about it. Music about if it don't make bananas, it don't make sense. You've heard that before, right? If it don't make money, it don't make sense. If it don't make bananas, it don't make sense. Like, literally. But that's them. That's the stick people. They need bananas. And so they like, bop, bop. If it don't make bananas, you got to go. And that whole mentality floods down to the lowest level of the pyramid, where they use that to, they want to be stick people too. They want to be banana people too. Some, maybe not everyone. but they'll use the stick to beat that into people around them. They'll they'll take all the bananas they can get. They'll I think sometimes this ape interaction here is the only logical thing I could think of. I mean, no one's breeding because the human race has to keep breeding in order for it to happen. I mean, literally, that's Nazi propaganda. That's their people's propaganda. That's what those people say. Like breed, 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 breed. That's Christians and other religions. Breed, breed. That's Arabs with like 9 wives. Breed, 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 breed. So this is like kind of part of that, but at the same time, almost all those groups are breeding for warfare. Well, literally, that is the book. That is the book to get rid of the infidels, to get rid of the devils. And you can't do that if you don't do that. I don't think anyone's out there actually just interacting with other people because they're like, well, you know what I want to do is I want to make sure that, I'm just going by what's supposed to be done here. And I'm going to make a new human to replace me when I'm gone. I've never even heard those words before. But the only logical thing I can think of is doing that for warfare. It's like, I need an army. It's like, well, that's your fault. That's my fault. Because I could have had a lot of children and I would have a very strong army. But I had a life, and if I did that, I also would understand that, if I actually like spend my time raising the kids, I would understand that I'm stupid and I shouldn't have been allowed to have any kids. So that argument like really doesn't even exist. People are just getting with each other because for other reasons, like they want bananas, they want a stick. Like I've noticed, like this is part of the stuff we can't talk about. But there's people out there who think I am their stick warrior. I'm not your. I understand when I'm hired to be a bodyguard, and when I'm out there in the middle of wars and riots and stuff, that it's stick time. I understand that. This is this is a this is a no stick person zone. I understand that, but it's literally like what's up with this? Is it's just totally natural that people think that the ape they've just secured by whatever methods they have is their stick warrior now. Like, yeah, literally, this is something people used to just, it. One person is the stick warrior and one person cooks the meals. And it's like, to me, it's like I do both those things better than most people, so I don't know if I really want to trade in either of them. But I don't like either of them, really. I mean, cooking's cool. It's cute. Like, you die, you learn all this stupid stuff, and you die, and it's all gone. I mean, technically, that's not true, because I was inserted with a bunch of knowledge. But, in reality, I'm pretty sure I knew a hell of a lot more before I decided to sacrifice my brain to come to Earth. I'm quite sure. And when it gets sacrificed next time, what happens? I come back being like the world's strongest magician when I'm 1 year old. That's odd, because my obsession with magic as a child. But yeah, like I think we should like change it up a little here, make it so it's a little more obvious what's going on, and make things better. It's like when I'm running a car, I don't let Zelensky or Elon Musk or Barack, tell me like, maybe if you try to run soup, you try to run some spaghetti sauce in your car's tank, it will run better than gasoline. That's literally what the apes are doing. Is mucking up like the first base invention of humanity, a male and a female, literally just throwing spaghetti sauce into the gas tank, and they're telling you it's good, and they'll beat you if you don't agree with them. And they'll censor you and abuse you, manipulate you, drug you, sacrifice your children, beat your children into worshiping their spaghetti engine. And, you'd have to be worse than the simplest gerbil to actually think that that's gonna work. And more power to people who do believe that. I hope that there are some spaghetti sauce. This would work. This would really fix things if we put spaghetti sauce stations on every corner, like a gasoline station, and you get to choose. You get freedom and choice. You get to choose what you want to do. If you want to go get spaghetti sauce, because you think telling other people that spaghetti sauce in your gas tank is going to run the car, go get your spaghetti sauce. Fill her up. I'll pay for it. Hell, I can't pay for everyone's, but I'll pay for the first 2 customers. Line up today. Spaghetti sauce station. That would really work. The COVID thing worked. It was just like, line up Nazis, line up for Auschwitz Nazis, and they're like, oh yeah, 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 and then they're out there screaming like, yeah, 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 you better line up. I'm gonna force inject you with some poisons, and if you don't do it, I'm gonna beat you and enslave you. You better get your poisons. Yeah, 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 yeah. Technically, that's effective. Well played, New World Order. Well played. You did quite well poisoning the people who work for you and worship you. So, well played. I'm sure you really thought that one out, though. Again, they're just after the bananas. They're willing to lie and manipulate for the next banana. And they're not seeing the whole bigger picture of that. You shouldn't tell people that you're part of the yellow banana group if you really want to eat green bananas every day.